In the early 2022, a surprising case emerged in Rockland County, New York, where a healthy 20-year-old presented with sudden leg paralysis in an emergency room. This diagnosis of polio startled the medical community, considering that the U.S. was declared polio-free in 1994. However, recent months have seen the detection of polio virus in wastewater in New York, London, and Israel. Consequently, the World Health Organization, WHO, added the U.S. to the list of countries where polio virus is actively circulating. The resurgence of this debilitating and potentially deadly disease begs the question, what factors are contributing to its comeback? For years, global health authorities have deployed billions of doses of an oral vaccine as part of a highly successful campaign to eradicate polio, targeting its last strongholds in economically disadvantaged and politically unstable regions. However, in an unexpected turn of events in the ongoing effort to eliminate the virus, authorities in Jerusalem, New York, and London have uncovered evidence of polio transmission within their communities. Remarkably, the source of this virus can be traced back to the oral vaccine itself. Polio, also known as poliomyelitis, is a highly contagious viral infection that primarily affects the nervous system, leading to paralysis in severe cases. Polio, classified as an enterovirus, spreads through the fecal-oral route. Interestingly, many individuals infected with poliovirus exhibit no symptoms at all. However, approximately 25% of those infected may experience mild symptoms akin to flu-like illness, such as fever, gastroenteritis, upset stomach, and body aches. Given the commonality of these symptoms with various infections, polio often goes unnoticed by most individuals. Remarkably, between 1 in 200 to 1 in 1,000 individuals infected with the polio virus will progress to develop poliomyelitis, also referred to as paralytic polio or acute flaccid paralysis. This condition encompasses a spectrum of presentations, ranging from mild disability associated with delayed post-polio syndrome to severe manifestations such as acute respiratory failure and even death. It is a crippling and potentially deadly viral disease. Thankfully, due to widespread vaccination campaigns, polio cases were on the verge of eradication. While the development of effective vaccines led to a drastic decline in polio cases globally, recent outbreaks serve as a stark reminder of the challenges in achieving complete eradication. In the early 2022, a previously healthy 20-year-old in Rockland County, New York, presented with sudden leg paralysis, sparking alarm among medical professionals. This case highlighted the unexpected resurgence of polio and underscored the need for heightened vigilance in monitoring and controlling infectious diseases. In addition to the case in Rockland County, poliovirus has been detected in wastewater samples from various cities, including New York, London, and Israel. This alarming discovery suggests that the virus is actively circulating in these communities, posing a significant public health risk. In July 2022, Vaccine-Derived Polio virus type 2, VDPV2, was isolated in New York, sparking further virological and epidemiological investigations that confirm the circulation of this strain. To swiftly address this circulating VDPV2, New York and U.S. public health authorities have enacted a prompt and targeted response. The United States of America has been categorized by the International Health Regulations, IHR, as a state affected by CVDPV2, with or without evidence of local transmission. Consequently, it is subject to temporary recommendations issued by the International Health Regulations Emergency Committee on Polio Eradication, effective as of August 2023. How could this New York case happen when Americas were declared polio-free in 1994? Well, we first need to understand the two types of polio vaccines. One is an injectable polio vaccine containing an inactivated poliovirus, while the other is an oral polio vaccine containing a weakened poliovirus strain incapable of causing polio. The oral vaccine, being cost-effective and easily administered, became the preferred choice in many countries. However, a drawback of this vaccine is that the weakened virus it contains can replicate in the intestines and be excreted in feces. In rare cases, approximately 1 in 1.4 million doses administered to children. This can lead to vaccine-derived strains causing polio in the recipient. If the community's immunization rate falls below 90%, These vaccine-derived strains can spread extensively, resulting in outbreaks. The scenario unfolds when the weakened virus undergoes reversion in a vaccinated individual, leading to the spread of the vaccine-derived virus. This is why the United States discontinued the use of the oral vaccine in 2000 and transitioned to the injectable vaccine. Unlike the oral vaccine, the inactivated virus in the injectable vaccine cannot replicate within the body, thus eliminating the risk of mutation and disease transmission. Both types of vaccines effectively prevent the virus from entering the nervous system and causing paralysis. However, neither vaccine provides immunity against infection, implying that vaccinated individuals can still contract and transmit poliovirus without exhibiting symptoms. So with the New York case, this can be attributed to the fact that he resides in a community with low vaccination coverage, and he himself was not vaccinated. In February 2024, Zimbabwe initiated an urgent vaccination campaign targeting over 4 million children against polio. This action was prompted by the discovery of 3 polio cases, resulting from a rare mutation of the weakened virus contained in oral vaccines. Among the affected individuals was a 10-year-old girl who experienced paralysis in January. According to the Health Ministry, laboratory analyses conducted on samples obtained from sewage sites across various parts of the capital city, Harare, revealed the presence of a mutated poliovirus. This mutated strain was traced back to an oral vaccine utilized in the Global Polio Eradication Initiative. So, what went wrong? Several factors have contributed to the resurgence of polio, including gaps in vaccination coverage, international travel, and inadequate sanitation. These factors create opportunities for the virus to spread and thrive in susceptible populations, leading to outbreaks in previously polio-free areas. There are a few reasons polio is rearing its ugly head again. Low vaccination rates. In some parts of the world, vaccination rates have dropped due to misinformation, complacency, or difficulty accessing vaccines. This creates pockets of vulnerable people where the virus can easily spread. War and conflict. Disruptions caused by war can make it difficult to deliver vaccines and maintain healthcare infrastructure. This creates ideal conditions for polio outbreaks. Vaccine-derived poliovirus. In rare cases, the weakened virus used in some oral polio vaccines can mutate into a form that can cause polio. This is why most countries have switched to inactivated polio vaccines. The good news is that polio is still preventable. Here's what we can do. 1. Get vaccinated and keep your vaccinations up to date. This is the single most important step in preventing polio. Vaccination is the cornerstone of polio prevention. Ensure you and your family members receive all recommended doses of the polio vaccine. By staying up to date with vaccinations, you not only protect yourself from contracting polio, but also contribute to community immunity, reducing the overall risk of polio transmission. 2. Support vaccination programs around the world. Many organizations are dedicated to vaccinating children in underserved and vulnerable communities where polio remains a threat. Consider supporting these programs through donations or volunteering your time. Your contributions can help ensure that vaccines reach those who need them the most, ultimately helping to eradicate polio globally. 3. Spread awareness. Raise awareness about the importance of polio vaccination within your social circle and community. Initiate conversations with friends, family, and colleagues about the significance of vaccination in preventing the spread of polio. Share accurate information and dispel myths or misconceptions surrounding vaccines. By educating others, you empower them to make informed decisions about their health and encourage them to prioritize vaccination as a vital preventive measure against polio. To address the resurgence of polio, concerted efforts are underway to strengthen vaccination campaigns, improve surveillance systems, and enhance public health interventions. Collaborative initiatives involving governments, healthcare organizations, and international agencies are essential in containing the spread of polio virus and preventing further outbreaks. The resurgence of polio serves as a sobering reminder of the persistent threat posed by infectious diseases. By staying informed, adhering to vaccination recommendations, and supporting global health initiatives, we can work together to ensure a polio-free future for generations to come. By working together, we can ensure that polio becomes a disease of the past, not the present. Let's all do our part to protect ourselves and future generations from this crippling illness. Join the conversation and raise awareness about polio by sharing your personal experiences or those of someone you know who has been impacted by the disease. Your comments can help educate others and shed light on the challenges faced by individuals affected by polio. Together, let's spread awareness and encourage support for polio prevention and eradication efforts. Leave a comment below and be a part of the movement to make a difference. Today, we've discussed vaccine-derived polio as a cause of recent cases. In our next video, we'll delve into another significant factor contributing to the rise in polio cases: wild poliovirus. Until next time, remember, knowledge is power in the fight against polio.